Hey, are you in the Dallas, Texas area? Well, if you are, check out Freaky First Friday and Sadistic Second Saturdays on FetLife under the group Freaky First Friday. It's on the first Friday and the second Saturday of the month. A nice little meet and greet event for people to meet people in the area. Nice open play party for everyone. Every month they do a featured scene that people can watch and learn. They have vendors, hard points upstairs, downstairs. They got suspension frames, spanking benches, St. Andrew's Cross, somewhat private rooms for people to do whatever they want to. Check out Freaky First Friday on Fet. Go to their group, check them out, look up their events. Get kinky in Dallas, Texas for us. Don't forget centraldominationmistress.com. A great little website with articles and kink-related news. You'll love it. Check out the FetCast Patreon page at patreon.com/FetCast. Don't forget to also check us out on Twitter and Facebook. We're everywhere. We're not on MySpace, though, so don't bother looking for us on there. And while you're on Twitter, give us a follow. So with all this advertising nonsense behind us, let's get to the show.
Our topic?
Well, I'm hoping it can be the topic, but I was on Twitter earlier and I saw a tweet you did, and I thought we should talk about that on here. like after I saw the tweet, I messaged you.
Yeah. So the tweet you're talking about would be the one that some of my family found out what I do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this started after the being dumped by the 51-year-old Michaels. And my mom was talking to my aunt about it, and she's like, because I don't know, apparently I'm a source of gossip in my family.
I could see you being a fountain of things to gossip about.
It's certainly become an interesting enough life. Anyway, so last year at my mom's birthday party, I told one of her best friends, who is one in a set of twins. However, my mom drunkenly mistook this day for what set of twins found out.
Is this a sitcom?
She's casually talking about... No. Okay. So the aunts that found out are not my biological aunts. So my mom is the oldest of 3 girls, and the other 2 are significantly younger, like 5 and 6 years younger, I think.
Okay.
4 younger. So these 2 were the childhood best friends of my youngest biological aunt. So they were around before I was born, and they used to babysit me, and they'll bring this up every single time. They're like, we changed your diapers and taught you your first swear words. So they've been around as long as my aunts, and they were probably around for a lot more during my upbringing than my actual aunts were. I lived with them in my grad year, actually, because my parents moved really far out of town and I had to finish school. So these aunts, they lived a couple blocks away from my high school and ended up living with them for the last 2 months of my graduation year. So we're really close. I've been historically very close to these people. And yeah. So my mom got drunk and forgot which set of twins. So the other set of twins was they were her high school friends. And the one does her nails, and we're over there regularly. Anyway, so they were avoiding me for the first half of the night. And I just thought they were so pissed off because I could see them kind of like side glancing me all night. And then I had said that I was going to be back on cam because I'm like, okay, well, this party goes from 3 until whenever. Everybody's going to be hammered by 7:30 and I can duck out. So 7:30 rolls around. My friend goes home, and I'm leaving, and they're like, so. And they asked a bunch of questions, had very disappointed looks on their faces. And by the end of the night, which took me about 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Off and on. It ended with them kind of understanding that I don't do this out of any type of obligation or anything like that. I mean, obviously, everybody needs a job, so it's not out of any more obligation than any other type of job. But, I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. I was like, I feel the fullest version of myself when I am on cam. I was like, I've never felt more confident physically, mentally, intellectually, I'm like, it really has been very beneficial on a lot of levels for me personally. And I was like, and today, they're like, what'd you do today? And I'm like, well, I made eggs and $200 over lunch. And I'm like, I was on cam for like 2.5 hours, maybe. And I'm like, I'm explaining to them, I'm like, I can make more in 2 hours than I can in an 8-hour shift at my other job. And that allows me, as I say this all the time, but in my world, I need to be, the provider of a 2-income household and have the time of a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And that is my reality. This lets me do that. And kind of like explaining this from so many different angles, how beneficial this has been for my life and that I enjoy it, that I love doing it. It ended with them being like, well, if you're happy, then we're happy for you. And they're like, that's really all that matters. They're like, you're a big girl. We're not disappointed. Like, it really ended very well, which is fantastic. And then they went on to talk about a friend of theirs who's an escort for, they do BDSM stuff. She's Dom. And she's like, she makes like $500 an hour. Have you considered doing that? And I'm like, dude, we started this conversation where you were like not super cool with me getting naked on the internet. And now you're like, you should escort. And then another one of my mom's friends from high school didn't know about the camming, still doesn't know about the camming, and then was also coming up to me suggesting that I maybe go into being a dom for money. And I'm like, you only knew. So.
Remind me to ship you some business cards for the podcast.
Shit. I don't know, but overall, I feel good about it. I'm not very good at secrecy. Like, I can keep secrets that are of life and death or not mine to tell.
Yeah.
I'm not personally very good at secrecy. I don't have a good poker face at all. And if you ask me a direct question about myself, I will answer. Like, I'm honest to a fault. So, for me, living the double life is stressful. It's probably the only stressful thing about this, where I get to do all this really cool shit. I get to do so much cool shit. Like, last year I was, July's cosplay hottie of the month for San Diego Comic-Con blog. I get to do this podcast, which was really fun. The websites, the blogging. I get to do so much cool shit, and I don't get to talk about it. So not 90%. Yeah, so I get to do so much cool stuff, and I don't get to talk about it. I don't get to talk about my life very much. So there's just this whole half of my life that I don't get to discuss with most people. And that sucks. So that leaves autism. And then I sound really boring to people that I can't tell this stuff to. And that's interesting. Because you're like, I just have nothing to say. It's like, oh, what'd you do last night? And you're like, oh, nothing. I did nothing.
I sat on the computer all night.
Yeah.
See, when I first read that tweet, I was expecting a different kind of story.
No, it was...
Like your cousin Eddie from out of town was online, and
No, thank goodness. I mean, most of my stuff is blocked off in Canada. My broadcast is blocked off from Canada. But I'm moving into other areas that I can't do that with, right? Like, I'll be up on Pornhub soon, and I think that's where we're going. Talking, that's the direction he would like to take my stuff. And then I'm up on another site, and I don't think I can regionally block on those. So and I'm on Reddit now, and they're boob bouncing, so there's bound to be somebody in there that it comes, it's gonna come up. But it feels, I don't know, I kind of got like that practice round in of explaining myself, and
You might want to change some Facebook settings too. You have to approve everything you're tagged in.
I do. I already do. And also, like, my name on there is completely different, and half the class has already seen my vagina when the last people found me, so whatever. I mean, a lot of people will look down on me, but at the end of the day, how many of them would have the strength of character to do what I do in my shoes?
Yeah, I mean, it provides everything that you need to live.
It does. I don't rely on social assistance. I'm not living under the poverty line. I'm providing for my kids fantastically. I don't have to accept help from my ex-husband.
That'd be nice. I mean,
I don't need to. I don't need to. And he's still really great about, any extra costs. So really there's like the baseline cost of like, we both have the living costs for the kids 50-50. And that's the same. And then he'll still pay half of whatever else that's on top of that. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of a topic that a lot of people can relate to about family finding out stuff that they may or may not need to know.
It's a job. It's a job, just like anything else. That's really what it comes down to. It's a job.
And I keep getting notifications on my phone from Instagram, like, hey, your contact so-and-so is on Instagram, but it's popping up under...
I get a lot of those too. That's why I don't put my face on it.
I don't know if my phone's telling me that because it's looking in my contact book.
And your Facebook. Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping that other people aren't getting notified of the FetCast if I'm in their contact.
Oh, people are getting notifications about mine, without a doubt. But like I said, I took my face out of my profile picture and I put it on approved accounts only. So, because I had a friend from high school that's like, hey, so I think I found you on Instagram. Are you Busty Geek? And I'm like,
what's Instagram?
Yes. And he's like, looking hot, by the way. Here's my phone number. And he's like, you might want to change your settings, though. Because...
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, it was really great. I'm like, he didn't ask anything whatsoever about it either, which was great. I'm like, are you gonna ask about this? He's like, if you want to tell me, you can tell me. And I was like, okay.
Well, at least he wasn't a creep.
No, he was really great about it. He got a girlfriend later that night, but overall...
You missed your window.
I missed my 12-minute window. They made it official.
Hmm.
It's okay. His last girlfriend was way harder than me. Superhuman hot. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as exciting of a story as you were hoping for. I'm sorry.
I know. I was really hoping for
It was just the Spanish Inquisition.
It just turned into your drunk mother talking to the wrong twin.
Oh, she was so bad last night.
Which, although that is hilarious all in its own right.
Oh, no, that happened a few days before, actually on her birthday, Tuesday. And then, like I said, it just kind of snowballed. Yeah, last night she was, drunk and coked out.
Yeah, so I guess you handled it the way I think everyone should if family or friends find out whatever it is, just kind of own up to it.
Yeah, well...
Well, not even own up to it, just...
I have my reasons for why I do it, and that makes it a lot easier, and they're easy reasons to sympathize with. They are. That's not going to be the case for everybody. Not everybody, Yeah,
I don't know what to do if family asks me about this podcast.
I like kinky stuff.
Maybe I'll just give them, like, the business angle of it. Like, I just found a niche market that, didn't have a whole lot of...
So you're just like, hey, guess what? Sex, everybody does it.
It turns out people listen to me. I don't know why. Especially the past couple of months when my schedule has been erratic on posting.
It's been picked up, though?
What?
The listening people.
Nah, it's been steady, but just... I'm trying to get back into a regular schedule. I officially announced that I'm changing the FetCast day to Sunday.
Gotcha.
So, of course, this episode is going to be going up on Monday.
Naturally.
Like, after we're done, I'm going to record my intro, then edit, then put it up, and then just...
Yeah.
Pretty much I have every Thursday off from my other job, so I'm going to try and record every Thursday, and then get up by Sunday.
That makes sense.
It'd be so much easier if I could just find an editor to do this for me. I've become lazy of not wanting to do work when I come home from work.
It's exhausting.
Yep, that's it. I'm joining Chatterbait.
Still exhausting. It's just a different kind.
Well, you had
today I worked at the home this morning from 7:45 to 2:15, and then came home, showered, went to visit a friend because it was his birthday, and then came home, got on cam.
You had a good cam night, I think.
Oh, I had an excellent cam night. I've been increasing the goals.
So I think what happens is that more and more I need to announce that, okay, I'm going to go away and set up now, and that's when you get the...
Well, I had like a 7-1 or 7-for-1. He used to be a regular and disappeared for a long time. This is his first night back, so he was being generous. But no, it's been great. It's been really great this last month. And just in the last 6 really overall. Like May, I was only on half the month then, and I still I just barely missed my bi-weekly goals by like $20. And considering like we had the whole little guy seizure incident at the first bit of the month, and then I had that kind of weird guy incident that like, did I tell you that?
Maybe.
The guy that like ran at me.
Ran?
Yeah. There's this fella I met like a year ago, and then he ended up in rehab, and I don't know, he moved back, and he'd been messaging me, and I just kind of put it off because I was like, you seem nice, but he's like reform Christian type guy now, and I'm like, lifestyle wise, like this does not match up. And then so he's like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm not really doing anything tonight. He's like, you want to go for coffee or something? And I was like, sure, why not? I was just going to go to a movie, so, cool. And then, so I went down and went for coffee, and he just kept doing this really weird shit. Like, he was definitely, and, like, I told him before I even went out, it was like, listen, like, I have nothing to offer other than friendship right now. Like, I don't have time in my life for anything other than friendship, and that's just it. And he just kept pushing and pushing and just being weird, and he was trying to get me inside, and I was like, no, I don't want to give off the wrong impression. Yeah. So just stay out here. And then I got cold, and he wasn't done telling the story, so I was like, okay, we'll go inside, thinking we're just gonna go sit in the living room. And he's like, in the bedroom, sit on the bed, and I'm like, super uncomfortable. And I've already told this guy that I'm like, I don't really like being touched very much, and this and that. And he's like, oh, you should just come lay down with me. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go, actually. And then he was like, oh, well, I was just trying to make you more comfortable. You seem nervous. I was like, no, you were trying to make me more comfortable by doing something that I told you that I don't really enjoy very much. And then we went downstairs, and he, like, hugged me goodbye, and I, like, dodged him trying to kiss me. And then... So I walked to my car about, like, I don't know, probably like 100 to 120 feet away or yards away. And I'm approaching my car, and all of a sudden I hear him behind me. So after these people had passed, he's running at me. as I'm getting into my car, because all of a sudden he remembered he needed to go to the store and he needed a ride, even though he has his own car. And I'm like in the middle of the street, like terrified. So, and I'm just like, I like get home, look at my phone. There's a barrage of like text messages from this guy who then like deletes me off Facebook. It's like, oh, I accidentally did that. I'm like, yeah, okay, drama queen. And I'm like, listen, like, A, inappropriate conduct. I was clear about my lines that I was not interested. Yes, you're attractive. No, I don't want to fuck you.
Does not compute.
You're fucked in the head, all in all. And I kept trying to give some space, and you just were not listening. You were not respecting my boundaries. And then I got on cam. One of my moderators did something, and I just lost it on him because I'd already told him. I was like, listen, I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. It's a slow night. I'm just going to hang out and just have fun and kind of get my head back into space because I woke up. I was just traumatized. Like, I didn't sleep, and I was just off all day the next day. And I hopped on because I said I'd be on. And then I was just like, fucking seriously, why can't men just fucking mind their own boundaries? Like, why don't you listen? And I got so mad. I had to take like 4 more days off to kind of like get myself right in the head again because I was just so angry. So I took half of May off.
You know what you should carry around with you?
I have pepper spray now.
I was going to say a flare gun.
Oh, no, I had pepper spray before, and it got confiscated at the strip club. So I had to go buy a new one. I ordered it on Amazon. Came very quickly. Go Prime.
And what would happen if you shoot someone with a flare gun?
Anyway. So, that's what happened in May. And then in June I upped my goals and I hit it.
That's good.
I blew it out of the water. So far. I mean, June's not over yet, but I'm like...
to say, you're only like halfway through the months, aren't you?
I know, but I'm like 3 days into my new one, and I'm already like surpassing where I should be. So, I'm excited about this. It's like by next year, I'd like double it I make on cam so that I can quit at the other place if I haven't already due to other things. Which would be the phone call that I'm waiting for. Yes.
And later this week, someone's going to come over and re-record the opening advertisements for me.
Oh, nice.
So, going to have a female voice doing the ads. Which I really need to look into more sponsors. I just have like the same ad roll going because I also don't want to have to like record a new one or edit. I don't know why, but I was picturing like some horrific story that would like take hours to tell.
I'm sorry.
And then Cousin Eddie put up a slideshow and I don't know. You don't have a Cousin Eddie, do you?
Not that I know of.
Okay. You got any questions for me? No?
I'm a terrible guest.
I'm a terrible host. What if people only knew how these episodes go when recording?
I need to make a JOI video.
Okay, well, we're recording, so you can go ahead and do that now. I'll mute my mic.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to let you go.
Cool beans.
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. Sorry that I wasn't more interesting.
I worked it up in my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure. It sounded a lot worse than it was. It was just kind of like, just the general concern. Are you sure this is what you want to do with your life? What about this? Do they know about the kids? Do they know about this? Do they know about this? Do you know where you are? Do they know this? Do they know that? I'm like, they know I have kids.
So I guess maybe you should plug your new website on here.
Yeah, we could do that. We could plug that one. We could plug. I have a blog going now too. We could do both.
What's the blog?
The blog is samanthad.life. So that's where, if for any reason you want to find recipes that I make on cam, I'll be posting them along with other kind of life anecdotes and just kind of a general my life blog. So it won't have very much to do with the actual camming. It'll reference it as a profession, but it won't go into any explicit detail. And then, and then there's this one, and I'm now found on Reddit and Tumblr and anywhere media socials. Except Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think Facebook's for you.
What's that?
I don't think Facebook is for you.
There are webcam models with Facebook pages. Like Jessica Wilde has one. I feel like, yeah.
Oh, blah. Alright, well, I think this... I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. And you're just there going, why are we still doing this?
No, I haven't heard from my person yet, so he's at a dinner party.
Fancy.
He's like, this is god-awful. And I was like, the food or the company? He's like, the hostess is just terrible. So, anyway.
I appreciate you coming on such short notice for me.
Happily.
And I'm sure we'll talk again.
I was hoping you weren't just gonna cut me off after episode 96. You're like, we're nearly done the podcast now. So
yeah, your contract's up.
Yep.
you can go.
Yeah,
We don't want to hang out anymore. Can't sit with us. Always a Mean Girl reference in there somewhere. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, this has been KingHulk. Until next time, stay kinky.
How you doing?
Alright.
I cannot see you.
That's good. Let's see, why can't you see me?
There you go.
Hey, I still need a beard.
You draw one on. Would you like the Community Darkest Possible Timeline goatee? You need to watch this show now, don't you?
What show?
Community.
I used to watch it.
My favorite episode was in season 3, which was something Chaos Theory. And it's a fantastic episode. Anyway, season 3 is always the best. It just goes downhill.
How many seasons did they make it to?
I think 5.
Did you watch the season that they did for Yahoo?
They did a season for Yahoo?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I got rid of cable, and I've just been waiting for it to come on Netflix, because there are 6 seasons in a movie.
I thought it was 7 seasons in a movie.
I thought it was 6.
Oh. I don't know, mate. Now you need to go over to Yahoo and watch the last season.
Nice. I'm still missing season 5, because Nathan Fillion makes an appearance that season. Because they've referenced Firefly in the show prior to that, in the episode where Pierce pretends to be dying and bequeathing everybody things.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching once they got rid of Chevy Chase.
He was such a dick, apparently.
So, you ready to...
I love Troy and Abed so much. I think I started to get sad when they got rid of their snippets at the end, though.
Oh, yeah.
Which those last 20 seconds were really the best part of the entire episode.
Troy and Abbott in the morning.
You can get those mugs. You were able to buy them on NBC for a while.
Yeah, me and Bambi, we just finished... What?
Like, is this even recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
No, I meant that it was an episode.
Oh.
Where they got, what's his face, the main guy on, and he's like, I woke up at 5 a.m. for this.
I'm sure our 4th of July is better than your 4th of July.
Well, ours is on the 1st, so...
You can't have the 4th of July on the 1st.
No, Canada Day is on the 1st.
Stupid Canada.
Canada Day is on the 1st, dude.
Yeah, but that's not the 4th of July.
That's our birthday. It's our birthday.
Copycats.
We're going to be 150 this year. I mean, we've only been our own country since 1980 something.
1980?
I think, yeah. Hold on.
Pretty sure Canada's been a country longer
When
than...
did Canada become an independent country?
Let me think. Canada was founded Monday, July 1st, 1867.
No, that's not what I meant, Siri.
Oh, no.
Does your Siri have an accent?
When did Canada separate from the UK?
Here's what I found on the web for when did Canada separate from the UK.
1982. And yes. You can change Siri to be a dude.
But what accent was that?
I think it's South African. Or New Zealand, maybe. It's a little polished to be an Aussie. But it's sort of in that ballpark. So I feel like it might be South African.
I don't know, I think it'd be cool if you can change Siri to give him or her like a Minnesota accent.
I'm surprised you can't. And I don't give my real name, obviously. I mean, what? My real name's Samantha.
Your real name is Sammy Time.
Sammertime.
Sammer?
Sammertime. That was clever. It was a moment for me.
But does that mean you're slowly dropping the Busty Geek moniker?
If I could, I would. I know, I love it, but I'm tired of validating being a geek. Where it's like, you're pretty, you can't be a geek. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're not mutually exclusive. Like, I can be both. You can be more than one thing. Weird.
Oh. Sorry, I just went to your website and I just got disappointed.
Oh.
Could you please whitelist us from your ad blocker?
Click on the ads, because that's how it makes money.
Now I got... Let's see now. There we go. I enabled ads for you. So if I click on the ad...
Yeah, I've made 15 cents off that website so far.
This is not a dating site. Alright, so now my free time just gonna refresh. Like Chinese women, our members trade sex for a free living space. That is an ad on your site.
You don't really have a choice on what they post. It's just kind of like a thing that you put on it, and then it randomly
It's
chooses.
a gif of a Asian woman pretending to stroke. Cool. I just gotta click and give her a place to live.
Well, you guys were looking for a third.
Refresh. Better than hookers. These moms fuck for free.
Beautiful. It's the same shit from Chatterbait, I'm sure. Regular porn sites.
Oh man, this ad pops up and it looks like it's a Windows XP window. And it's supposed to... It's a phone call. Someone named Melissa's calling me and says, "Can I please suck your dick?"
Nice. She sounds pleasant.
It's weird, though. I mean, I'm running Mac. What kind of voodoo is this?
Oh, how are you liking the Mac?
Oh, I love it.
Nice. I'm now saving up gift cards for... Because I have to replace the laptop. Because it sucks all the balls.
Ooh.
It does. I can't broadcast off it, so broadcasting in the bedroom is next to impossible. Because it just sucks.
How old is the laptop?
Newer than the Mac.
Is it also a Mac?
No, it's a Dell.
Know any tech people up there that could just do a fresh install?
They did. It still sucks balls.
Nah.
Like, I've used it a few times for camming on Skype a little bit and for Netflix. This is the extent of the use this computer has seen, and it's just garbage.
I don't know why, but I'm loving how horrible these ads are on your site. Ugly and horny. These women don't expect dates. They just want quick sex.
Nice. Apparently, I'm perpetuating women with low standards.
Oh, an ad for Chatterbait.
That's pretty much what my best friend told me, too.
Now the only ad it's giving me is the Chatterbait.
Well, at least that's something that you'd use.
Wait, are these ads based on my search history?
Yep. It's okay. The same ones come up on mine.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's just you spend a bunch of time on Chatterbait. I think that just kind of.
Please fuck me. Your wife will never find out.
This is gonna love this.